Good afternoon and morning, everybody, and welcome back to another weather forecast here by Adrian's Weather Forecast. This will be another look into this potential for some strong severe weather, and potential for maybe a severe weather outbreak throughout millions of people out here into the south central and parts of the areas of the Ozark Mountains. So this is going to be the area of focus here. I made new maps. We have major updates on the SPC outlook. We have updates on the Cape Valleys, updates on wind shear, radar, and a lot more. So we're going to continue to look at this so we can keep people weather aware. But if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, guys. We are so close to 2,220 subscribers, so please subscribe if you are new. I will be doing another update on this later today. Also, be sure to share the channel to any friends or family so we can grow our channel a lot more and so we can keep more people weather aware. But without further ado, let's get in this video. So this is my new map here. This is what I think the SPC outlook will look like. Maybe not in the next update, but maybe in the next couple of updates. I really think there's a possibility there could be an enhanced risk. I just don't think it's as likely as I was thinking yesterday. So I would not doubt. I would not be surprised if they put enhanced risk by tomorrow. I just don't think it's exactly 100% likely. I don't even think it's maybe 70% likely. So this is exactly why I didn't put it on my map. But as I continue to look at the models and all that and see if the risk for tornadoes gets higher or wind or hail, then I'll possibly change it. But really, I think our highest risk will be a slight risk, and I think this light risk might actually extend a lot more to the north now, getting closer and closer to St. Louis, moving to areas like Jefferson City and Kansas City. We're going to be seeing some very powerful bands in these areas, and I think it's also very likely we can be seeing this light risk extending a bit more to the east as well. I think we can extend part of southern Illinois, part of far western Kentucky, and part of far western Mississippi and Tennessee. We're possibly seeing some very strong banding in these areas that could possibly produce some tornadoes, possibly decent sized hail. Don't really think hail is going to be a huge threat like 3-inch size hail, 4-inch size hail. We're still going to be seeing a significant risk for some hail as we look into the cap and all of that, and Cape and all the SKU-T chart. But this is what I think right now, and then we have a scattered marginal risk throughout across areas into the south central, and I think we can extend this marginal a bit more to Kansas, Iowa, and Nebraska, because they'll also be seeing some very strong and potential some strong severe weather bands that could produce hail, damaging winds, and maybe a tornado or two. But now let's get into the models. So this is what the SPC Day 2 outlook already looks like. So as you can tell, it's not as different as mine. As you see, mine extends a slight risk a little bit more to Arkansas and all that. But this is our area of focus as of right now. I think they can definitely extend it a bit more to the north and to the east. But this is going to be including areas that could have the highest risk for tornadoes, large hail, and possibilities for damaging straight-line winds. That'll be areas for northeastern Oklahoma, areas into southeastern Kansas, much of Missouri is extended a bit more all the way up to Jefferson City. So much of Missouri is under that slight risk, and now it's extended all the way into far western Kentucky, getting closer to the Illinois border, and also including far northwestern Tennessee. So definitely looks like we'll have a very good chance for an extension to this level 2 risk, and then we have that scattered level 1 marginal throughout all the way to Texas and to the Ozark Mountains and South Central, all the way up into the Georgia, into also the Southeast. So tornado threat is at a 5% chance. So that's already showing you we do have already a decent chance for tornadoes. I really don't think we'll have an enhanced risk. And if we do, it'll possibly be because maybe either the hail threat or tornado threat, really. So I think the wind threat might be our biggest threat as of right now. But tornado threat, I don't necessarily think 100%. It's 100% likely to have this 10% chance, but it doesn't mean we're not going to have it, because sometimes the SPC can shock you once in a while. But as of right now, our highest risk for tornadoes is a 5% chance. So that's in other words, saying maybe a 20 to a 30% chance for tornadoes. So that's going to be throughout areas into much of Missouri, including southwestern Missouri like Joplin, and also including northwestern Arkansas, northeastern Oklahoma, and southeastern Kansas. So almost the exact same areas as last week's outbreak or severe weather. So we already have now a significant risk for hail. That's going to be throughout areas into northeastern Oklahoma, southeastern Kansas, parts of Missouri, and Arkansas. That's where we have Tulsa, Joplin, and other areas in those scattered little towns there. really on the border of Oklahoma City as well. So we have significant risk for hail. So very likely we'll be seeing a lot of hail, but I don't really think it's going to be significant like in size, but definitely significant as in widespread. Definitely going to be possibly seeing 2 to 3 inch sized hail. I really don't think we're going to be seeing golf balls, or I really don't think we're going to be seeing maybe that softball sized hail. Not as big as a threat there. We have a scattered 15% chance as our risk as well. That's going to be in these exact same areas that we have our slight risk, and then a scattered 5% chance where we have that marginal. And then our wind threats only at 15% chance. Like I said, really, if we do have an enhanced risk, it will be for tornado or hail threats going up, not really necessarily the wind threat. We won't have a ton of severe weather related winds. We will be seeing some very strong straight line winds already in these areas from the wind shear and that somewhat low level jet there. So really severe thunderstorm related winds will be very low. And now as we look into now close to the next 20 hours here, so this is by tomorrow, we do have the severe weather starting off, ramping up already in the morning. So this is going to be our scattered risk developing out here into the north central plains and even parts of the western United States. Going to be seeing our really first severe weather of the year for areas into Colorado. That's going to be for northeastern Colorado. Also going to be seeing some very strong, powerful bands as well into western Nebraska. Also seeing those scattered bands throughout the Dakotas. Could be seeing some strong and potential thunder or two throughout South Dakota and North Dakota. It looks like the worst of it will be throughout areas into Nebraska and Kansas by Monday morning. This is why I think we can possibly send this risk a bit more to the west, because they're definitely going to be some powerful bands, but they do die down. Going to be seeing a widespread flooding threat likely, and also very heavy rain here in the Pierre area. Also going to be seeing some very heavy rain as well throughout Kansas, Nebraska. So it looks like we would definitely be seeing a lot of potential flooding in these areas. And then we have that severe weather starting to ramp up a little bit more now into the south central. And this is now the next 30 hours here. And we'll start seeing these bands developing as we get in the overday. We're going to be seeing the overday heating and start seeing that moisture developing a little bit more stability. And here we have that defined low pressure system. Going to be seeing some scattered pop-up storms throughout Nebraska, Kansas, and even Missouri. So this is why I think the marginal could push up a bit more north to the northwest, and also the marginal. And then here we have by later into Monday in the afternoon, very strong bands heading towards southeastern Missouri, and very powerful bands out there into northern Missouri as well, and also near Kansas City. Going to be seeing some very powerful bands. And then we have these very strong linear bands by overnight into Tuesday morning. This is going to be an overnight threat. Very, very strong linear squall line likely that's developing throughout Oklahoma. That's going to be affecting Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Lawton, Oklahoma. And we even have these first bands still throughout moving eastward. That's going to be heading over the Mississippi River, heading over St. Louis. And then we have these really strong bands now heading throughout parts of Tennessee, parts of Kentucky, and seeing some scattered rain threats into now. Later into Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll be seeing that possibility for some small severe weather throughout the south central and southeast. Now as we look out here into now Monday, of course, the next 18 hours, of course, we have these bands developing throughout the western United States, even all the way to Utah, Wyoming, Nebraska, parts of northwestern Kansas. That's where we see the severe weather starting to ramp up, and that's going to be the origin. And seeing the other northern part of the system as well, all the way to the Dakotas. That's going to bring some very strong severe weather throughout areas into northwestern northwestern Kansas, and parts of much in general western and central Nebraska. Could be seeing some stronger bands in those areas. And then these, as we get later into Monday, around Tuesday morning, going to be seeing these strong pop-up storms moving throughout Missouri, Iowa. Could be moving straight over into the Illinois area. So that's where we have a slight risk possibility for those areas throughout southern Illinois, heading towards much of Kentucky. Could be seeing scattered thunderstorms, parts of Indiana, and even all the way into the Carolinas. Now we're going to be ahead and looking at the tropical tidbits, Cape values here. So as you see, already by the next 24 hours, we're going to be seeing a ton of energy throughout the south central. Going to be seeing that that southern moisturely flow. Going to be seeing a very, very high Cape values in these areas. Let's go ahead and check out these areas in Oklahoma and parts of Arkansas. You guys are going to be seeing some very high numbers here of Cape values. We're going to be seeing quite the high numbers throughout Oklahoma. Parts of Arkansas will be seeing these higher, around, I think to kind of tell, these higher 3,000s, and also some lower 4,000s throughout these areas in Oklahoma. Could be seeing, of course, those higher numbers throughout some scattered areas. They can be seeing around 4,300 joules per kilogram. As we move later into now Monday, a bit more into Monday, we have a huge jump of K values. Look at these very, very high K values. We're going to be seeing 5,000 plus joules per kilogram in these areas. Look at this, 6,700 joules per kilogram. That is surface-based CAPE. That is incredibly high. That's absolutely crazy. That is going to be seeing a lot. Dew point's going to be on the higher side, and temperature going to around 89 degrees. That is definitely a lot of energy out here that's going to be causing these storms here as well. So this is absolutely crazy that we're going to be seeing here. Almost 7,000 joules per kilogram. That is absolutely crazy. That's almost closer to the highest I've ever seen. I've really never seen more than 6,500 joules per kilogram. 6,400 joules per kilogram. Guys, this is very, very high amounts of numbers. This is actually incredibly high. That's going to cause a lot of pop-up storms here. And it's going to continue to Monday, and then by Tuesday morning, these numbers do die down, but we've seen scattered areas that can be seen around these 4,000 joules per kilogram to around 5,000 joules per kilogram. This is absolutely crazy, and these numbers do die down. But as you see with these storms, as these storms do move east, so do the K value. So we'll be seeing some scattered, maybe some scattered high teens and some lower 2000s there. So as we now get into the Cape values here for the pivotal weather, as you see, we are going to be seeing a ton of moisture, or a ton of, not a ton, but a decent amount of energy already by later today. We're going to be seeing around later tonight. That's we're possibly seeing that energy already here. So this is definitely going to cause multiple pop-up storms as soon as the severe weather starts to begin. We're going to be seeing around 3,000 joules per kilogram, getting closer to the mid 3,000. So nothing really necessarily crazy, really. Again, our really hazards going to be really severe weather. Not going to be seeing really huge threat for significant hail or supercells, and really it looks like our only threat will be for less than no tornado threat whatsoever. As we now move later now into tomorrow, we'll start to see the energy really getting a lot higher. This is by tomorrow morning. This is when we'll start to see that severe weather developing throughout the north central plains and all the way into the central plains. So definitely be seeing a ton of energy now out here throughout these areas in Oklahoma. Going to be seeing now these mid 4,000s here. As you see, our possible hazard will be around tornado. Possible hazard will be tornado. As you see, we are going to be seeing some really high temperatures and dew points. And we also do have very strong cap in these areas. We're going to be seeing CIN around negative 25. So also going to be seeing that potential for maybe EF1, maybe EF2 tornado if we do have a tornado here. And it looks like we have a supercell composite so for significant risk. And we even have some very large hail, likely can be seen maybe 2-inch to 3-inch size hail in some of these areas with these very, very high K values here. As we now go later into tomorrow, these numbers do die down a little bit, but as we now get later into now Tuesday morning, these numbers skyrocket once again. It's going to be now for Oklahoma here. Very, very high numbers. Going to be seeing these potential 5,000. Tornado threat is going to be a hazard. Looks like we'd be seeing 2 to 4-inch sized hail here. Looks like we do have a threat for a 75% chance for significant risk here. So also that risk maybe for EF0 to EF3 tornadoes, getting closer to an EF4 plus. And also, we're still seeing very strong cap in some of these areas. So, looks like if cap does break, it would be around in these areas. If this cap does break, and we see these just a huge wave of multiple strong bands, then that's who it will be. Next thing we'll be looking at SCP, or the supercell composite parameter. This can be measuring really the risk for seeing supercells. So as we get later into tomorrow, we will be seeing a huge jump in numbers. Looks like Monday morning, we'll be seeing a huge jump for a high SCP. So likely you can be seeing very strong high SCP risk. We're going to be seeing up to a 33 here to around a 34. That's actually a very, very high number on the SCP. Looks like we do have that risk for a marginal tornado. And we also have, we're going to be seeing now around a moderate, we're going to be seeing that moderate cap. I cannot get that word out. And it looks like we do have that risk maybe for EF1s to maybe getting close to that EF4 plus tornado risk. So it looks like we are going to be seeing a chance for some very significant tornadoes here onto Monday. morning as just based on the SCP. So very likely some really good chance for uh, multiple supercells. And then we have our highest numbers now going to be in Arkansas into Tuesday morning. So it's, as you see, that severe weather risk does become a bit more widespread. A 33 out here, marginal tornado risk. Not necessarily going to be seeing a super huge significant for a strong tornado on this. Maybe just an EF1 just based on that. And then like Arkansas has also very decent risk for a tornado and also very large supercells and squall lines to develop there. Let's actually check this out, see exactly how strong this cap is. So cap won't be extremely strong here. We'll be seeing some lower temperatures and also not seeing that threat for significant hail. So looks like really the biggest threat will be for Oklahoma really on or maybe Tuesday of course or Monday of course. So that is what we're looking at here. And then the last thing we'll be looking at is wind shear. So we don't have a huge low level jet here. We'll just be looking at that. So not as significant as the last weekends, but here as look at this extremely strong straight line of wind shear. We're gonna be seeing very strong wind shears throughout these areas into the north central plains, the Midwest by Monday, which is tomorrow. So that's gonna be the day that severe weather. And then as we get later to Tuesday, this now since that low level jet now dipping out here, we're gonna be seeing these higher amounts of Cape values throughout areas into the south central and also into the Midwest and parts of the Ozarks and southeast. We'll start to see that a bit more wind shear. So that is that timeline we'll be seeing that severe weather. Also on Wednesday, May 6th, we'll be seeing severe weather likely throughout the Mid-Atlantic, and we'll be seeing very, very strong wind shear flow. We'll be seeing now a bit more defined low-level jet. So this could possibly, more defined low-level jet could possibly bring a severe weather risk once again. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and bye, guys.